Sports Grill with your host, Jock Wilson. Beers, barbecue, sports, and spirits. A production of Adventure Marketing Company in association with Jock Talk Communications.
How about that? The best fishing in decades, and it's set to continue. Gotta like that today on the Sports Grill. 46-pounder, 48-pounder. We're talking Thai-E Chinook salmon. Love to hook into a few of those today on the show.
The Sports Grill is presented by TAC Mobility, your TELUS mobility dealer.
Today, NHL legend Howie Meeker joins Jock Wilson. Salmon steaks and hockey greats right now on the Sports Grill.
I'm Jock Wilson, and welcome to the Sports Grill. Not only are we going to learn how to catch some fish today, we're going to learn how to cook some salmon. As a matter of fact, we've got a very special guest lined up. We're going to break away to Howie Meeker's backyard. Howie Meeker, an NHL Hall of Famer, a Calder Trophy winner way back in 1947. He won 4 Stanley Cups, and you may know him from his TV work as well. Howie is going to share a beautiful salmon marinade recipe. That is going to be a lot of fun. A beverage break, so much more. It's all coming up today on the Sports Grill. But right now, I'd like to introduce you to a very special individual. He is our guide here at the Silver King Lodge. And hey, how you doing, Scotty?
Good, thanks.
Excellent. This is kind of a nice setting we've got here. Beautiful backdrop.
Beautiful, beautiful scenery.
You know, what I like about Campbell River, the salmon capital of the world. You've been guiding for how long?
About 35 years.
35 years. Great job that is, eh?
Oh, great job.
Hey, listen, tell me a fish story. How many, what's the biggest fish you've got?
Well, guided is 52 and a half pounds.
52 and a half
Yeah,
pounds. That's a nice fish.
That was a dandy, yeah.
How long did that take you to land?
Well, that one was a dandy. That was probably well into an hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
Yeah.
Fighting?
Yeah. Well, mostly because we had a lot of problems getting it in the net. It wouldn't fit in the net we took with us.
Too small?
Too small a net. We had a coho net and in the boat.
So here we are today, just outside of Campbell River, as a matter of fact, and we got the lines in the water. We're trolling for some Chinook here today.
Chinook, hopefully.
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys that are hooking up. We got some great special guests from Calgary that have joined us here. Gary Nason and his crew from Narampak. So hopefully we'll hook into some fish, and hopefully we'll cook up some fish. Well, I know we'll do that. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Sports Grill.
The Sports Grill is presented by Narampak Alberta Division, reminding you to recycle your corrugated products.
Lift straight up.
Baby!
All right. That's good on the starters off. About 10, 12 pounds.
Way to go, bro.
On the kickstarters. And it could quite possibly end up in the barbecue.
This is salmon fishing at its best. Okay, Drew, tell me what you've done here.
Well, so far we've filleted the fish out, the one we caught this morning.
Right.
Nice. We put it on the scale here. It went about 14 pounds.
14 pounds?
14 pounds.
Very nice.
So nice spring. We filleted her out, chopped her into chunks, and everybody's going to get a nice little taste.
Is this your own special Salmon King Lodge Resort?
Well, no, I play with it every time.
You play with it every day?
Yeah.
It's a different recipe every day? So
Yeah.
what have you done to it?
Right now, I leave butter in the bottom of the tin foil. Onions, get them simmering in there so it gets a little bit of the flavor going. Touch of dill weed, garlic powder, pepper,
That's nice.
lemon and onions, and she comes out pretty good. I've never had anybody do too much complaining about the food, no.
That's perfect. How long do you cook it for?
I just kind of check it every once in a while with a fork, make sure it's I just like to see it just barely pink on the middle, and then she comes out just tasty. You don't want to overdo it.
No, don't overcook salmon.
Never,
That's a very bad thing to do. Never overcook salmon. Hey, that looks great. I'm going to look forward to eating some of that.
I'm going to find a lemon around here.
Oh.
Leave it open. Leave it
You
open.
didn't bring one?
Leave it open. Leave it open.
Now look at this. This is living life at its best. Fresh salmon, 2 hours old, and here we are just outside of Campbell River, the salmon capital of the world, and I'm enjoying salmon on the Sports Grill.
Wow.
Wow, Ryan, you were right. That is fantastic stuff.
Keep it simple.
Drew, very nice job.
Did that work all right?
That works very, very well.
Good stuff.
Darn, that's good.
Good piece of tail.
Okay, I don't know what happened to our guide Scotty. We lost him somewhere, so I guess I got to get us back to Campbell River. But this has been an outstanding day on the water here at Campbell River. salmon capital of the world. We caught some fish, we ate some fish, we had some fun, but now it's time to go.
Up next, Howie Meeker reminisces on the career of a legend with some Meeker marinade.
The Sports Grill is brought to you by Sunshine Village, Canada's best snow.
Howie Meeker, good to see you again, sir.
Welcome.
This is a beautiful backyard you have here.
Oh, not too many better.
How long have you been here?
30 years.
30 years
Yeah.
now. What brought a good Eastern boy here to beautiful Vancouver Island?
Oh, weather. I lived in Newfoundland for 20 years, and then the hockey school business kept me off the island in June, July, August, and a little bit in September. And that's when they have the great weather. So I discovered this place here, discovered the weather, and I'm here.
Yeah, you know, I look at this, and, you know, I'm from Calgary, obviously, and the one thing we miss in Calgary is a nice, large body of water. Well, you don't have that problem here, because this is French Creek that you're located on. You've been here for 30 years, and are you a fisherman, Howie?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Fished a lot. I'm a good fisherman,
Yeah.
really. Yeah. Always
Well-
caught fish, or most of the time caught fish.
It's the Meeker salmon marinade here on the Sports Grill, and Howie, I've got to be honest with you, we're kind of a low production crew here on the Sports Grill. So this is our version of a telestrator. Can you take us through this great recipe of your wife?
Why, sure. I prefer the soy sauce, okay? But first of all, you need a good-sized bowl. And then you got to get all these things lined up right beside the bowl, okay? And then you get to the cooking oil and you toss that into the bowl, all right? And then you put the brown sugar, okay, into the bowl, and now start mixing things together. Garlic powder, oh, I like more than the half tablespoon, okay? But just make sure you get lots of garlic powder, and it has to be fresh ginger, puts that in, and then lemon pepper, you put that in the bowl, and then the white wine, you mix it up real good, and then you put in the salmon steaks and put that in a plastic bag, and when you marinate it, 1 to 2 hours, I like it overnight in the fridge.
Okay, a couple of keys here. You mentioned fresh ginger,
Yes,
very important.
yeah.
White wine. Now this is Howie's own homemade wine. So
That's right.
Little family recipe. And the salmon steaks, it tastes a lot better when you catch it yourself, right?
Yes, and they're boneless.
And they're
no
boneless.
bone.
Now that's tough to do.
I'll
There's a
tell
trick
you,
to that.
I ruined a lot of salmon steaks learning to take those bones out.
Well, it's the Meeker salmon marinade, and guess what? Once you do all this, you get this.
Yes, that's a small fish. Leah must have caught that. That's about a 12-pounder, 15-pounder, yeah.
Well, it
But
looks
they're nice
fabulous.
and thick, and they'll be great.
And we're gonna go check out the Meeker grill here and cook these up.
The Backyard Breakaway is presented by the Calgary Herald's neighbors, the Community Weekly.
Now that is a barbecue. Howie Meeker's backyard barbecue. Howie, what is the story? What is the story there?
Well, I had this on my boat, and I sold my boat, and I said, hey, I can't let this thing go. It's stainless steel, and it lasts and lasts and lasts. The normal barbecue right here in the deck, 2 years gone, garbage. So this cooked a lot of steaks, both meat and fish.
Is that because of the salt water, I guess, the salt air?
I think
why
so.
The barbecues get, yeah, well, you know, stainless steel, that's the only route to go, and that's why we're here at Howie Meeker's backyard. And Howie, it was fun actually getting the recipe from you, the telestrator. I got to ask you this question. Do you think you're known more as a hockey player or known more as a color commentator? Because you did revolutionize color commentating in the National Hockey League.
I think everybody 60 and over remembers when I played hockey, and 30 to 50 remember when I did television and the telestrator.
Well, and you have to be proud of both accomplishments, obviously, because, hey, you were a Calder Trophy winner back in 1947. You won 3 Stanley Cups. And 4 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
My goodness, where's my stats going? And you also did revolutionize, basically TV broadcasting.
Well, to a degree, yes, I did. They tell me I was the first guy that came along that said things perhaps a little detrimental to the individual and to the team and criticized, okay? But if I did tear a strip of hide off a player, I always made sure I found a great play later on to pat him on the back.
Do you think there's still too much emphasis on game and not enough on skill here in Canada?
Well, there's no emphasis on skill.
Yeah.
No one teaches anybody how to skate, how to back up and turn, how to give and take a pass, and how to think. We teach systems. And skills beat systems every cotton picking time. Yeah, and Canadians have no stick skills. 90% of the kids playing minor hockey in Canada have sticks too long, 3 to 5 inches too long. They couldn't carry a football, let alone a puck.
So how can we change that?
You can't. You can't, because each individual minor hockey system is answering to its own. No one's going to tell them how to run it. The parents get there. The parents of the best hockey players, they get there, they run it for 3 or 4 years till they find out their kid isn't going to make the National Hockey League. They bail out and someone else comes in. We teach systems. You have to teach skills, and we don't.
But we got to get to these beautiful Meeker marinade salmon steaks here too, and I know you got to put them. Now I know you were telling me off the air that you'd like to mostly steam your salmon. But
yes.
We're going to grill it here because this is a grilling show.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the key to grilling these beautiful steaks?
Well, you put them on the
Nice hot
burner. Yeah, nice hot burner. And when the fat comes up through, okay, then you turn it. And I just kiss the other side. Just put it on, turn it over, and take it off. Because that's the only way they'll come out moist in the middle.
Right.
If you let them on the other side, the second side, too long, they dry out, and you're reaching for the sauce and every other god-darn thing instead of putting it as it is in your mouth and enjoying it.
You don't want to overcook salmon, right?
No, gosh, no.
Exactly.
No, no.
Well, why don't we give it a go here?
Okay.
Tell us what you owe you. That's a good one.
And take a look at this. Look, boneless. Da-da-da-da-da. And still holding together. 90% of the time, they don't hold together. Isn't that beautiful?
That is beautiful.
1.5 inches thick.
It's a good-looking piece of meat.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll let her cook for a while.
We're going to cover that up. We're going to cover that up, and I tell you what, we're going to be right back and see the finished product here on the Sports Grill.
When the Sports Grill returns, more Meeker, salmon, and a beverage break.
The Sports Grill is supported by Budget Car and Truck Rental. Rediscover the open road with Budget.
All right, Howie, I think these salmon marinated steaks may be ready. What do you think?
Oh, ready to turn.
Just like you said.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of
Yeah, see the fat's coming up
little
through?
fat's coming
That's
up through.
enough.
You flip them
Now
over.
we'll just flip them over. Ooh, look at that side.
Now, what did your wife Leah say again? Just kiss the salmon?
Just kiss the flame, that's all. Just, you know, not too long. There we are.
All right.
Look at that.
So we just let that kiss for a kiss is. How long is a kiss? Are you a good kisser?
Oh,
or are you-
wow. Not half bad.
Not that I want to find out.
You have to ask Leah that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll ask you when we're eating.
She
these,
walks around with a smile on her face all day long, so there's something going on somewhere.
Well, I tell you what, this has been a lot of fun, but we get to do the fun part now because we get to, after the kiss, we get to take these back to the table and get to try your own very famous recipe here. So, do you think that's almost?
It'll
a
be
kiss?
good. Yeah, that's enough.
Okay, well let's.
That's enough.
All right, that's the kiss. That's the kiss.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, is right.
Look at the fat come up through.
Now,
Aha, we did it.
Howie, you are a master chef. And I tell you what, doesn't that look good on the Sports Grill? Good enough to eat. And that's what we're going to do next as the Sports Grill continues.
The Sports Grill is presented by Japanese Village.
We want to see you have a good time. Japanese Village. Awesome.
It's a backyard breakaway here on the Sports Grill, and we have had the pleasure today to be joined by NHL Hall of Famer Howie Meeker in his beautiful backyard here at French Creek, just between Nanaimo and Campbell River. And actually, Howie, I'm feeling a little guilty because we sort of position this as the Howie Meeker salmon marinade, and well, it's really not. It's the Leah Meeker.
That's right, 100%.
And, well, Leah, you've been watching Howie all day here. Do you think he's done a pretty good job?
Oh, I think he's done a good job.
You think he's done a good job?
He's learned from me.
He's learned from the best. Well, I tell you what, this is my favorite part of the show because you get to taste it. And you can tell me Howie is doing a good job or not, okay?
Yeah,
All right, well,
do that right
let's
now.
give it a go. I'm very excited about this. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's so moist.
And no bones.
And no bones. You're very proud of that.
Have I ever?
And
I
yeah,
just about cut my finger off how many times.
What do you think?
it's just superb.
Superb.
It is.
You know what? That is very, very good. And the key is the marinade, isn't it? Because you let it
I
sit.
think so.
Yeah, you let it sit
Overnight.
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 That's the key.
And
One other thing you were going to tell me about here, because this is another family recipe, and since this is a great cooking show, you got to tell me a little bit about
this is a mixture, half and half, of mayonnaise and creamed horseradish.
Mm.
And it has been in the family for years. My father learned from a chef down in Victoria years and years ago.
Okay.
And so we've all learned how to make it in the family. And it's good, good salmon.
I'm going to try
It's
some.
great.
I'm going to try some here. If it's a Meeker family recipe, I certainly got to give it a go.
That is so good.
Oh, Howie, found a bone.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
I missed one. Like when I played hockey. I missed a lot of goals. There you are.
You know what? That is bad. I'm not a big horseradish guy, but that is not too strong at all. That's just
No.
got a really nice
No,
flavor to
well,
it.
you mix it with the mayonnaise. And I use light mayonnaise. And,
Wow, that's fantastic. And one more thing before we call it a day here at this Backyard Breakaway. This is another Howie Meeker special. These are your famous lox, and you smoke these yourself. Give us the story here.
I
Howie.
catch the fish usually.
Okay,
I let
that's
Leah
important.
sneak the odd one in, but and then I prepare it. I pickle it, and then for a couple days I pickle both sides. I skin it, and then put it in the smoker. Cold smoke for a couple days, and then take it out and lace it with rum. Dry it, lace it with rum. And then put it back in the smoker again, maybe 3 or 4 hours to hot smoke it to take the rawness away. Because lox is if you don't smoke it, it's a raw fish, and a lot of ladies don't like raw fish, so I smoke it, and that is very, very good, especially when you eat it with acacia bread.
And you know what? He says rum, but it's actually Newfoundland rum. Screech,
Yeah,
right?
Screech. Gotta be Screech.
Gotta be Screech.
Yeah.
So this is another delicacy here. And even drinking your homemade wine. This is like life does not get much better than this. So cheers, and
I'll drink to that.
well, thanks for your hospitality, Dan.
Oh, it's our pleasure
It's been our
that
pleasure
All right.
to have you here.
you and the others came along. It's just been wonderful.
Well,
It's not every day we have salmon steak for lunch.
I can attest to that.
Up next on the Sports Grill, Jock Wilson has a beverage break with a special guest.
The Sports Grill is supported by Bonsai Sushi and Teriyaki House.
The Sports Grill beverage break with Jock Wilson and guest Joan Miller.
It's time for a beverage break here on the Sports Grill as we continue our tour of the Campbell River area. We spent a great day in the water earlier today, and now we get to spend some time off the water as we are here at the deck of the Ramada Inns and Suites. And it's a beautiful, beautiful view with the lighthouse in the background, of course, Discovery Channel. It just doesn't get any better than that. Very special guest joining us from the Island North Film Commission. We have Joan Miller with us. And Joan, thank you for your hospitality here. This is fantastic.
Hey, it's been our pleasure.
Well,
We're really proud to have you in our community.
There's no doubt about that. Are you a fisherwoman? Do you like fishing?
No, I would love to go fishing, but we're pretty busy around here doing our film stuff. I'm more of the meet and greet on the beach and see what you've got, what your catch is, and let's see what we can do with it at the end of the day.
But you've obviously been fishing, and you do have
Oh,
caught
hey,
some salmon
you know,
before, haven't
I've
you?
been out there, I've plied the waters, usually with the
That's
camera
good.
though.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's okay too.
my
Hey,
thing.
speaking of the Film Commission, I understand it's been very, very busy for you. You've had some outstanding projects there.
You know, we've been really successful. We've done Disney's 13th Warrior. Last year we did Final Destination 2, a huge highway crash sequence. 24 Hours, another highway crash sequence. Rage to Reason, which is premiering this summer. Scarlet Letter with Robert Duvall and Demi Moore. And they were in this
nice.
very hotel. So yeah, we've been really successful.
Give us a quick overview of Campbell River if I ask you to describe it in a couple of paragraphs.
You know, have a look around, you can tell what attracts people to the area. You know, fishing has been a big mainstay for Campbell River. Tourism, people have come here for many years to catch that elusive large tyee. So we've really worked hard to maintain our salmon capital of the world. A lot of forestry, old growth forests, mining. We do a lot of resource-based industries, but now, like everyone else, we're diversifying and going into that high tech. You know, trying to get those film crews here and TV cameras rolling.
Well, I tell you what, they have great golf courses here, great fishing, great hospitality, great hotels, and of course, great food and drinks. And that's why we're here on the Sports Grill today, because coming up very, very shortly, we're going to teach you how to make some beautiful tequila Thai prawns. Before we do that, a lighthouse shooter. Have you ever had a lighthouse shooter, Joe?
This is my first.
This is your first lighthouse shooter. Well, I tell you what, this is the easiest drink. You can impress all your friends, okay?
All right.
Okay, what you do, the 3 very simple ingredients. Number 1, Kahlua. And basically what you want to do is you want to layer a third, and a third. Now, I'm not really a bartender by trade, but the first third should be the easy part.
Good so far.
I'm getting, oh, that's a little much more than a third, but that's okay. Ingredient number 2, Bailey's. One of my, you like Bailey's? How can you not like Bailey's, right? No, everybody likes Bailey's. So again, you want to layer it in as a third, and a third. I'm getting a little better. I'm getting a little better here. That's very, very nice. Another third coming. I did a better job on yours than mine. Yeah,
Thank you.
That's very nice, isn't it? And ingredient number 3. A little rum. Actually, it should be 150 proof rum, because what you want to do, the 150 proof rum, of course, very flammable, but you don't want to blow anything up, okay? So you got to be very careful. Don't try this at home. So we're not going to use 150 proof rum, but if you want to do it at home, give it a try. And of course, because it's a lighthouse shooter, you want to use the rum because you're going to light it afterwards. Now, I got to tell you, Joan, what you have to do, it's a nice sunny day. It's always sunny in Campbell River. You really should do this more of an evening setting, you know, some significant other, you know, maybe a very special person. Because what you do, take out the fire. Fire is very good. And
So that was the lighthouse comes into?
that's where the lighthouse comes in, because obviously for navigational purposes, you want to make sure.
And after a few of these, you can navigate?
Well, no, I wouldn't recommend that, okay? I don't think it'll show up on television, but there's the purpose. The lighthouse shooter. On behalf of our trip to Campbell River, this has been a whole bunch of fun. Joan, we appreciate your time.
It's been great having you.
That's not bad.
Coast Guard will have to put this on their website. That's great.
The Sports Grill is presented by TAC Mobility, your TELUS mobility dealer.